The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. Johnny's guest hostess this week is Joan Rivers. This is Doc Severinsen along with Tommy Newsom and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Joan and her guests, Christopher Reeve, Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin brothers, Hume, Cronin, and Jessica Tandy, and Charles Nelson Riley. And now, here's Joan Rivers.
Recovered from Thanksgiving. Yeah. How many of you cooked? Just yeah, I cooked. Ugh. And I hate to. I serve candy corn for a vegetable usually. I don't like to cook. And Cher, who is my very good friend, came over, and together we cooked the turkey. And the two of us are crazy because the turkey was the only thing in the house with big breasts. And we just Cher, you can. Well, Cher, me. I've got to say, this though is all. Does this look good, by the way? Yeah. This is a push-up, shove-over brassiere. You put it on down here, you push everything in up. My belly button is right here, so confused. But I had never really cooked a turkey before, and I found a great thing to do. If you want to stuff it fast, make it eat it before you put it in the oven. But, works great. Great. And then Cher and I got to talking because we're very close, and carry on laughing, talking about the kids, and the turkey burnt to the point that we could not identify it except by its dental records. So we figured the hell with it, and we sent out, and we just ate like garbage food, which I was glad about, because I diet all the time. Do you diet?
No.
Oh, you so lucky you don't diet at all. I diet religiously, which means I don't eat on Christmas and Easter. Because I love to eat. Do you like to eat?
I love to eat.
Do you love
to eat.
Are you married?
Kind of, sort of.
What do you mean, kind of, sort of? A tramp in the front row. What do you mean, kind of, sort of? Your name is Heidi?
It's my birthday.
My girlfriend Heidi Abram was the biggest tramp in America. You know that. Obviously next to you. But you're born June 7th. I'm born June 8th. Heidi is born June 8th, too, yes. Isn't that wild? So do you buy Vaseline and decorator colors? Is your underwear just whipped cream? Heidi Abramowitz, are you kidding? Did you take gym class in high school? Because she took gym 6 times. Then she took Fred and Ralph. We went to her house last year for Thanksgiving dinner. She had a big spread. And then she... Great dinner. What a nice audience you are. Are you really named Heidi? Give me your full name.
Heidi Binky Bear.
Heidi Binky Bear. Your mother was some bear to name you that. Thank God you're cute. We have a great show for you tonight. Besides Heidi Binky Bear, we have Christopher Reeve, Larry Gatlin, Hume, Cronin, and Jessica Tandy. I'm crazy about your Heidi Binky Bear. And have I got a guy for you, Charles Nelson Riley. So we'll be right back after this message of interest. Stay tuned.
The strength of Benylin. Compared to Robitussin, Triaminic, all leading cough medications, only Benylin gives you the strength of its exclusive cough suppressant, diphenhydramine. Benylin, available without prescription. And now there's new Benylin decongestant cough formula. The same exclusive cough suppressant plus the strength of added nasal decongestant. And new Benylin DME with twice the chest-clearing expectorant of the leading brand. Benylin, our strength is your relief.
Campbell's has a selection of soups so exceptional, they're attired in a gold label. Campbell's creamy, natural soups, inundated with perhaps the finest vegetables in the civilized world, in a delicately seasoned blend of cream and butter, creamy asparagus, broccoli, potato, cauliflower, spinach. Campbell's creamy, natural soups. Sophisticated soups for sophisticated tastes.
Soup is good for. In the land of Dairy Queen.
Come on in for our hamburger full meal deal. Only $1.89. Everything you want in a complete meal. A thick, juicy, tender home-style burger that looks, cooks, and tastes like homemade. Crisp golden fries, your favorite soft drink, and a creamy smooth 5-ounce Dairy Queen sundae. The hamburger full meal deal. Now only $1.89 at Dairy Queen.
Shop Martin's this week, your food budget's best friend. Need a great holiday gift-giving idea? Then treat your family and friends to the new SodaStream soft drink maker. Take ordinary tap water, push the button, and in seconds, you've got great-tasting soft drink. Perfect for holiday entertaining, and just pennies a bottle. You'll never run out of soda with SodaStream, just $29.95. Also save on Folgers coffee. The 1-pound can, only $3.99. At Martin's, your food budget's best friend.
Okay.
Here we are.
This is going to be a very strange week.
Whoa.
NBC won't go for real flowers.
No, wait a minute. Are you telling me those are not the real thing?
I'm telling you. It won't go for $10 a night. Okay, fine. They look mighty pretty. Anyhow.
You know, usually you like to give the fresh flowers to somebody in the audience, like Heidi Binky Bear
Now,
would have been.
Heidi Binky Bear.
Give her those.
Heidi, explain now. She just told us during commercial. They were married. Explain this. They were married on a television show called
Royal wedding.
Royal Wedding, but you didn't sign
The marriage license.
the marriage license. So you're married, but you're not married. I've heard that before. Okay. So now let me ask. So what does that mean? When are we going to get married? When are you going to get married?
If my mother says yes, July.
If your mother says yes, you get married. They should get married right away, don't you think?
Sure.
Do you love each other?
You know, the next 24
I will
hours.
treat you right now to Vegas to 2 tickets. You'll go and you'll get married tonight, and that's it. Get married, make it legal. Yeah, that's it. 2 tickets.
There you go.
Here. You promise you'll do it? Okay. Absolutely. Here, give him one of these.
You need some help.
Here, you want to take this when you come back after the honeymoon? Yeah, give us it right now.
Okay, you better take it.
No, I don't want to hear we're going to get married in July, and I'll make sure you get reservations to stay over and everything. Seriously, do it. Just do it, okay?
Just have to call my mother.
I'll call your mother, believe me. Believe me, she'll have heard about this show by the time you're married. Mothers are glad to get daughters married.
They're going to call you the old matchmaker, or the young matchmaker.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I like to see people, they should get married and be happy and have kids, and that's that.
Do you think that there's any difference between, you know, living together and being married? If there's a commitment in the first place.
You must be kidding. Are you kidding? As a man, I wouldn't get married unless I put a gun to my head. As a woman, you don't get me in bed unless I get jewelry and a ring. I mean,
It's a fairly healthy outlook.
no, if I had a son, I'd say sleep with the tramp. If I have a daughter, I'd say you don't go near anybody. That's it. Ankles together, Marie Osmond to the end. That's it.
Lock those knees
Lock
in
those
there.
knees. Her knees have been together longer than the Mills brothers.
Oh, wow.
They call her knees Damon and Pythias. Now let's do our plugs.
We're off to our formal week.
Yes,
I want everybody to know
right.
that's why we have these outfits on.
Every night this week we're going to be in formal clothes because it's holiday season. I'm feeling very holiday-ish.
You like this shirt?
It looks great. It matches your hair.
Thanks a lot.
Silver among the black. It's very chic.
Made by Alcoa Aluminum, I think.
It's wonderful. And when you're finished with it, you can do your steaks.
So this shirt was once used to wrap a gay roast. You know that. Listen, enough of that. We got a lot of show coming, and I want to say that this Saturday, December 7th, you people in Syracuse, New York are lucky because Joan is going to be at the Landmark Theater. The next day, Sunday, December the 8th, in Buffalo, New York, at the lovely Klein Hans Hall, and then, of course, December 28th to the 31st at Caesars in Atlantic City. And I see that you have Gary Shandling and Jim Stafford with you there.
So it's going to be a very nice engagement.
Except for Gary.
Except for Gary, because of what's happened to him lately.
I know.
But
It's kind of sad.
Let's not talk about Gary Shandling now and his tragedy. It's all a lie. There's no tragedy. He's going to be home going, what are they saying? Anyhow, can we bring on our first guest?
Please.
I saw him one night in a restaurant. I thought, oh, please come on Tonight Show. I begged him. And he finally said, okay, he's a real movie star. It's Superman. He's been Superman. Yes. Shut up, Heidi. You're getting married.
Did you hear that, girl?
That was Heidi. He played Superman. I think it's 2 times. He's probably going to play it the 3rd time. He's done many other films. I adored him in time after time. He is now on Broadway in an updated version of The Marriage of Figaro, and he's a real star when he walks out. Mr. Christopher Reeve. Yes, because stars should be tall. Stars, you know what I'm saying? Some of them you meet, they're like, they sit there and you have to put the little sweet hang. You look like a star.
Thank you.
Were you always this good looking in high school? Was it all there always?
Oh, I don't know. You know, I was once on a TV show, and the commentator said, actually, it was Gene Shalit of the same network, and he said, do you find that being very good-looking prevents you from being taken seriously? And I said, I don't know, Gene, how do you deal with it?
And he started to cry.
We've been friends ever since.
Yeah. But were you good-looking in high school? Did you know you were good-looking in high school?
No, I don't think so. I really didn't, because my father was a real overachiever, and brought me up with the idea that you can't be responsible for your looks. You shouldn't be a slob, but your looks are really not an achievement. You got to go out and do something with your life.
Which is absolutely right. So did the girls like you, though? I mean, you knew in your heart they liked you.
I know. You know, I played Superman and all this thing. It's supposed to be a sex symbol and all this stuff. I did not have a very auspicious start as a sex symbol. I was the kind of guy in high school and college, I could turn a yes back into a maybe. I'd get all these situations where, like at college, at a party, at a fraternity or something, a girl would definitely have picked me out. And she's coming at me like, this is a go project here. And the next move was clearly to go upstairs into somebody's room and get down to business. And I'd find myself getting these terrible attacks of sincerity. And we'd start talking all this English major stuff about inner voices and Conrad and Brechtian alienation. And meanwhile, all the animals were, you know, the guys that are just smashed on beer were just charging in there like Mack trucks and making out. It took me a while to, you know, I did not have the gift of gab. I always said the wrong thing. There was this girl when I was an apprentice in summer theater, and I followed her like a puppy dog. I used to stand outside her window just to listen to her talking, and always thinking of ways to come up with something to say. And one day her hair was really filthy. And, you know, the way when it's a mess, they haven't had time to wash it, they get out a rubber band, they pile it on top of their head and sort of go like that with a T-shirt. I said, oh my God, the hair, who did it? It's wonderful. She almost hit me. So I was not very smooth. Superman helped me a lot.
Now, you are a perfect Superman, though.
Thank you.
Because you've got the sex appeal. But what was the other one that, George
Reeves.
George Reeves. I heard terrible stories about the other Superman. It was just like a klutz that he would trip and fall. And...
He didn't check his props very carefully sometimes. I mean, he played the thing so long that after a while he'd come in and, you know, he'd be sitting down and reading the paper and whatever, and they'd say, oh, George, we're ready for you now. It's time to fly or whatever. And I heard one particular story when he's supposed to go running up the stairs and crash through a door. And he was a little impatient that day. He really wanted to keep moving, and they were going to change the door from the big heavy door in the close-up to a balsa wood so he could go through it. And he didn't wait for that. Charged up the stairs, boom, flat out cold, and was out for the rest of the day.
What was the hardest?
You know what I would love to do sometime? I should have done it this time, but we have a collection of outtakes of me trying to fly as Superman. That the next time I come on the show, I'm going to call up Warner Brothers and see if we can get those outtakes. Because there were some times with Margot Kidder. Remember a scene in Superman 1 where he lands on the balcony? You know, he takes Lois Lane flying and then comes back and, 68 times we tried to land on this balcony, which is like coming in and landing on the edge of this table, you know? And there are times when we overshot and we'd end up in the kitchen, and there are times we'd come in and we'd miss the building altogether, go, wow, down the side. There's times, there's one time I'm flying along over the desert, I'm chasing these missiles, and I'm charging along like this, and of course it's front projection. I'm really about 40 feet off the floor.
That's still scary.
And I'm charging along, and you see this desert behind me, and it's, the background footage has been shot out of a Learjet, so it's going by really, really fast. And the prop department got this old turkey buzzard, and they lowered him from the ceiling. So I'm going along, and suddenly this turkey buzzard's there, and I tried to shoot him down, and I hit him in the face. Oh, we have some great footage. I'll come on to that
next time. We'll be right back at this message of interest, so please stay tuned. Hysterical.
Break free and feel. Feel how splendid you are with Vanderbilt, the fragrance created by Gloria Vanderbilt. Let it release the splendor of you. Vanderbilt.
The spirit of the West, captured in Chaps, the cologne by Ralph Lauren. Chaps is for men who are strong and proud and living with a feeling of independence. Chaps, the spirit of the West that's everywhere today.
The Sunbeam Monitor Iron. If you leave it, it turns itself off in 10 minutes. If it's knocked over accidentally, it turns off in just 30 seconds. The Sunbeam Monitor Iron. It turns itself off if you forget. The Sunbeam Mixmaster Mixer. Is it a mixer or is it a food processor? With this pop-on processor attachment, the choice is yours. Buy a Sunbeam Mixmaster Mixer and we'll send you the pop-on processor attachment free from Sunbeam.
When I asked Mom for a Huglet from Taco Bell, she said, give me one good reason. So I gave her a bunch. Huglets can help Dad look good in meetings, or take Rover for a walk. They can even stuff stockings. Now, if these reasons don't work, your kids might be forced to try another approach. Grandma.
The Huglets from the Hug-A-Bunch. Collect all four. $1.89 each with any purchase. Available only at Taco Bell.
It's easy to give a great gift from Gordon's Jewelers. Just look at their fabulous selection and these really special savings.
This Wednesday and Thursday only, wrap-up savings of 20 to 33% on Gordon's entire stock of diamond solitaire rings, pendants, and earrings. 20 to 33% on all diamond wedding bands, bridal sets, and trios. And save 25% on all Gordon Seiko watches. This Wednesday and Thursday only.
Merry Christmas. From Gordon's Jewelers to you.
Talking Christopher Reeve. Before we even continue, I just want to say you're on Broadway now in The Marriage of Figaro, right?
Right.
But it's not the opera. It's
No.
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 'Cause I didn't know you could sing.
I certainly can't. I sing. It depends. If for a certain price, I sing. And where I work in the summer in this the theater festival at Williamstown. After the theater, we have this cabaret, and it's only $2. And I think, how bad can it be for $2?
Right.
So I sing Gershwin and whatever. But for New York or Broadway, forget it.
But you went to Juilliard.
Yeah, I was in the acting department though.
I didn't know Juilliard had an acting
Yeah,
department.
under John Houseman.
Oh.
Before Volvo, before he earned it the hard way, he taught us the hard way.
He's the one that also does what We've Earned It. What's the commercial he does?
Oh, we should know that. But you know, we earn our money the Smith Barney,
Yeah,
right?
he's
the old-fashioned way. They earn it.
Was he a wonderful teacher or strict?
He was strict, and he also was a very imposing figure. And I remember one time, before I graduated, this was after college, and I'd done a year there, he took me up into his office, and he said, Mr. Reeve, it is terribly important that you become a serious classical actor, unless, of course, they offer you a load of money to do something else. Obviously, I took to something else, but...
And Robin Williams went there.
Yeah.
Are you friendly?
We're very friendly. I think Robin is one of the great human beings that was ever put here. I think he's wonderful. And when you hang out with Robin, we're friends. We've been friends for a long time, and I'm the godfather of his son and everything. When you go out with Robin, it's just waves of humanity and respect come from him. But it's very unpredictable. One time we went out to Haagen-Dazs for a little ice cream fix. We go to the store, and he goes, Health Inspector, freeze! And everybody in the Haagen-Dazs, you know, all the guys with the thing that's up against the wall, you know.
Did he go around testing the ice cream?
Yeah. So that's all right. That one's all right. That one's all right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Are you close with actors? I heard you do a lot of like athletic things. And you sail and you ski and you.
Hazardous. Yes.
Hazardous sports.
Hazardous sports. Right.
Why hazardous sports?
I don't know. I hate sunbathing. I just cannot, I can't, torture for me to be to lie on the beach and read a book. I couldn't do that. And I'm fascinated by flying. I'm fascinated by sailing and downhill skiing and that kind of stuff.
Do you ever get into trouble, like close calls?
Yeah, I have.
Especially flying or sailing even.
Well, yeah, I've had a couple of close calls in the air, as a matter of fact, but also sailing. I remember sailing changes people because you get out on the boat and you get offshore, and people have to put down their defenses. You find out who they really are, and a boat is a great equalizer. And one time we were sailing this 48-foot boat from Connecticut down to Bermuda, and it's October, and we get about 500 miles offshore, off Carolina, and there's this guy on board whose only sailing experience had been on a sunfish in a little lake outside Toronto. And he kind of focused on the Bermuda idea. But on the sailing, too, we're in a 50-mile-an-hour wind, it's a force 9 gale and 18-foot seas. And he tried money. He said, I will pay you to call the Coast Guard and get a helicopter to airlift me off this boat. And he just freaked. And we had to say, strap him in the cabin and not to hear from him until we got to Bermuda. When he got to Bermuda, a little tiny pancake kind of island, he went and rented a house right in the middle of the island, as far away from the water as he could get.
And flew home.
And flew home, right.
Do you do anything about skiing? Anything happens with your skiing? I fell down once. I said, that's it. God doesn't want me on these skis.
Really?
That was...
No, I'm a Libra, and Libras have a hard time deciding about things. It's like, well, on one hand we could do this, on the other hand we could do that. So I'm 9 years old and I'm skiing on a golf course, which you wouldn't think is possible, but it's, down a hill, and there's a nice big tree at the bottom of the hill. And I'm going down, I'm chugging along, and I can't make a decision about which way to turn around the tree. So I turned both ways at the same time and broke both ankles.
Do you really believe in this? Like you say, I'm a Libra. You don't believe in that? Really believe in it? Like this, you read the stars every day?
No, no. But in a deep sort of way, there is, I think, the moment at which you were born has a lot to do with a basic tendency towards who you are, yeah. You can sort of categorize people according to sign. But the first thing, if I meet somebody and say, hi, what's your sign? Yeah. It's 2 strikes against them right away.
Are you superstitious?
No, I'm not.
Thank God. Your joke, right? Thank God, never been superstitious, knock on wood.
Right.
So now, I wouldn't even go into your private life at all. But what are you going to do next? Because we said we wouldn't discuss, but you have 2 children.
Right? Oh, that's, yeah.
And he didn't marry a Heidi, do you know what I'm telling you?
How did you get them?
No.
I rented them at the store.
Do you feel very fatherly?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can have more?
We have, my son Matthew is 6, my daughter Alexandra's 2, and we commute back and forth from London to New York a lot. And at the moment I'm doing this play on Broadway. Matthew came with me to see the play a couple of weeks ago, and I walked out of the theater and was mobbed by this group of kids who had been next door to see Singing in the Rain, and they want my autograph. And he said to me, Daddy, maybe you shouldn't have played Superman. They wouldn't bother you. But
does it annoy you because you're such a good actor? It's wonderful in one sense that you did Superman, and it's giving you the freedom to do other things. But do you think it's going to, like Rocky is going to be Rocky for the rest of his life?
Right after...
Or Rambo,
Right after I played Superman, I went through this really intense period of, you had to take me seriously. And I played all these characters, like gay and crippled, psychotic, or hopefully all 3 at the same time. It really messed things up. And over the years, I think I've been able to relax about it a bit more and say, Superman had a very special place in film history, really, and I was very proud to have done it, and it opened up a lot of doors for me.
Oh, it sure did. What a pleasure to talk to you. Will you come back again?
Sure will.
And bring all your silly films?
I'll bring the outtakes.
Bring the outtakes.
Yeah.
I'll show you outtakes of my wedding night.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back after this message, so please stay tuned. What a pleasure.
How are you, baby? How are you? 50 more Rees? No problem. Ciao.
I need 50 pine cone Rees.
Worry!
Putting things together is easy with the Thermogrip brand hot glue gun. It creates crafts and does repairs quickly and easily because it bonds to almost anything in just 60 seconds, which also makes it a perfect gift for just about anyone. The Thermogrip brand hot glue gun from Emhart. Free craft book offer where you see these displays.
Watching an adventure movie on a VCR? Terrific. But you're only hearing half the fun until you hear Zenith's Hi-Fi Stereo VCR. With stereo sound so real, it's like being there. You can even tune in and record stereo TV broadcasts. Zenith's VHS Hi-Fi Stereo VCR.
Look out! Quicksand, old boy.
One of the smart VCRs. Zenith, smarter than ever.
Osco Drug offers you the sights and sounds of Christmas with American Greetings musical light-up ornaments. Choose from 3 lovely designs, each with a different tune. They'll lend a festive glow as they hang on the tree, or bring a touch of holiday music to any room in the house. Adjust the volume or turn off with a touch of the switch. And they're Osco sale priced for just $7.99 each. For yourself or someone special, American Greetings ornaments from Osco.
In a distant land, Santa's elves are especially busy making you something special. A stuffed reindeer ornament just like the reindeer in the new motion picture Santa Claus the Movie.
Good likeness.
And it's free when you buy a $5 book of McDonald's gift certificates. So put plenty of both on your Christmas list. McDonald's gift certificates and free reindeer ornaments. Seeing is believing.
Wednesday on Highway to Heaven.
Frankenstein!
I am not a monster!
Can a young girl's love cool a town's hatred?
For God's sake, don't run!
Wednesday.
Tonight on Late Night, in celebration of their new friendship, Terry forced to fix his tacos with hot sauce for Dave. Plus, staff vacation photos and John Biner.
Red Lobster asks, what's your favorite seafood?
Broiled shrimp. But I also love
Scallops. And, of course, there's always
lobster.
If you have more than one favorite seafood, try Red Lobster's Broiled Fisherman's Platter. Freshly broiled shrimp, scallops, deviled crab, Boston bluefish, and even lobster. The Broiled Fisherman's Platter. 5 delicious favorites all together.
There's never been a better time for seafood.
My friends like the showers better than the pool since I installed Polynex massaging showers. Each has 4 different shower heads. I save up to $190 on water and energy. Powerful jet massage, pulsating wide massage, tingling fine spray, brisk core spray. The only thing I don't like about my Polynex massaging shower head, I can't get the girls out of the shower. Girls, nothing.
Now up to $5 rebate. Great gift available at Hook's Dependable Drug Stores.
Hello, bagel lovers. This is Murray Lender of Lender's Bagels. Facing you is my brother Sam, and facing nobody is my brother Marvin. Tell me, you know what's more delicious for your family than a Lender's Bagel for breakfast? Nothing. Because we half-bake our bagels to make them crispy outside and soft and chewy inside. So when you top a Lender's Bagel with cream cheese or whatever you like, nothing is more delicious. Or did I say that already? Lender's, the first name in bagels since 1927. Boy, that's a lot of years.
WNDU-TV, Channel 16.
We are back. Back. My next guests are very, very talented and very wonderful performers who are currently appearing through December 15th at the Desert Inn in Las Vegas. They have a new record out called Smile. Right? Will you please help me welcome Mr. Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin brothers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to be back. Thank you, John.
She's 17, blue-eyed beauty queen. Lord, while her 2 blue eyes have seen since she left her home in Minnesota. She's pale and lean. There's a big fat man in a limousine, and she's got to go down to him now, got to make her quota. Run away, go home. Run away, go home. Run away, go home. Run away, go home. If the people you're running with now are your friends, tell me, why do you feel so alone? Wouldn't you just love to talk to your mom? For God's sake, honey, run to the phone. If only he could forget what he's done since he left his home down in Texas. He's so confused. He's been bought and he's been used, and he says to hell with it all, if that's all that sex is. Run away, go home. Run away, go home. Run away, go home. Run away, go home. If the people you're running with now are your friends, tell me, why do you feel so alone? Wouldn't you just love to talk to your dad? For God's sake, boy, run to the phone. Run away, go home. 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 If the people you're running with now are your friends, tell me, why do you feel so alone? Wouldn't you just love to talk to your dad? For God's sake, boy, run to the phone. Run away, go home. Run away, go home. Run away, go home. If you know a runaway, tell them to go home. That'd be the nicest thing you could do today.
Hello, Doctor. Good to see you.
Ah, just beautiful, beautiful. So, has
Thank you
anything come out of it? Like you heard, like somebody ran away and heard the song and came home?
Yes, ma'am.
Really? It's wonderful.
A friend of mine in Sacramento, a guy named Don Langford, runs a radio station. He called and he said, Larry, we're playing the song, and said, yesterday we got 47 phone calls after we played it, and said one of our disc jockeys received a call from a 16-year-old young lady who had been a runaway for a year and a half. She'd been working the streets of Sacramento for 4 months, and she heard the song while she was eating lunch in a park. Somebody had a little portable radio, and she bummed 20 cents from somebody and called her mama in Montana to send her the money to go home. So
it's great.
Thank God
Isn't
for that.
that nice? That's great.
Thank you.
Ah.
Very happy.
Does it make you feel good?
Makes me feel very good. Excuse me. Heidi, we'll bring you the rest of your...
Rest of your bouquet, Heidi. Did you ever run away?
Well, I waited till I got a football scholarship to the University of Houston. It was kind of a legal runaway. It wasn't really running away as much as it was just getting the hell out of the house, you know. And that doesn't mean it was that bad, but all kids feel that way. You know, some of them run away to Sacramento and do that. I ran away to college, so, but I think we all feel that way. But the record, you know, it's probably the biggest disaster we've ever had. I mean, it started off slow and then tapered off. You know, it was not a really this particular song, but I made this little deal with God. I said, if one person is, you know, affected by it for the good, that'll be enough. So.
What happens when you do something that pretty and it just doesn't take? Does it just get you so frustrated?
Well, you know, we entertainers have, you know, you have one story that you love to tell, right? Or one, you're Heidi Abramowitz, you know. Right. Well, when you do one like that you really care for, and it goes out there and gets right to the end of the stage and kind of drops off, you know, it's frustrating, and sometimes you wonder why, but I've realized a long time ago I can't, or not really a long time ago, I've realized in about the last year that all I can do is the best I can do, and if folks like it, that's fine. And, you know, we have some God-given ability, and usually they clap and applaud and like it.
You know, somebody you told me last year, I've heard so many terrible stories about you. You know, no.
Mostly true.
No. But, and here you are, you're sitting here and you're sweet and you're lovely. Have you turned a new leaf or something? Because they were really I mean, the press was evil to you for a long time.
Well, you know, it's a combination of sometimes them getting things misconstrued, but more than that, I think it was the fact that for a long time I was mad at me, and I'm not going to, you know, moan and holler. I just had some things happen in my life that I didn't understand, and I didn't like, and when I couldn't fix it immediately, I kind of turned it in on myself. Today is the 1-year anniversary, by the grace of God, that I have not put a chemical in my body, and that helps a whole lot.
We should do a commercial, and then we'll come back, and would you do another song for us?
Sure.
All right, well, we should do a commercial. No? Yes, we should do a commercial. Tonight's show will return right after this message of interest, so please stay tuned. Okay.
In a high-tech fighter, avionics like these are your eyes. In your car, this eye tells you the all-weather Delco Freedom battery is raring to go. One glance is all the maintenance it takes in any weather, from the blazing desert heat to flash frozen with sub-zero liquid gas. You'll see why Delco is the world's largest producer of maintenance-free batteries.
Get rebates now on Delco Freedom batteries. Call 800-AC-DELCO for a participating retailer.
Never wait for trouble.
For every man who wears Brute, there's a woman who loves what he smells like. Because there's something about Brute that's nice to be close to. And nobody knows that better than a woman.
Hello? Honey, I was just thinking about you.
Brute. It smells like a man. Now, win one of 10 Chrysler convertibles in the Brute 33 Holiday Sweepstakes. Entries where Brute and Brute 33 are sold.
A lot of homeowners' insurance policies won't cover this kind of damage. Nationwide's Elite Homeowners Policy will. The Elite policy doesn't cost much more than standard homeowners policies, but it covers things you never dreamed of.
Bill, are you watering the lawn?
Uh-huh. Elite Homeowners Insurance, part of Nationwide's blanket protection.
Nationwide is on your side.
This Christmas, get your kids a little magic at Hardee's. Just buy any sandwich, fries, and Coke, and you can get the magic of a classic Disney character for just $2.19. Lady, Bambi, Dumbo, Pinocchio, and one of the 101 Dalmatians. A different Disney character each week at Hardee's.
Hardee's, with good people come, good food.
I'm absolutely right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Our next couple has to come fast and then go to the theater. So would you hold the song? Maybe we can put it on later. Would you mind
Sure.
it? Great, because the next, wait till you hear who's coming on next. It's such a great show tonight. I hate to call it like, if you give it an award for world-class acting, that's what this next couple would be. They have had the most incredible careers together as an acting team and individually. I think between them they've had 6 or 8 Tony nominations. They are currently repeating their award-winning performances in a play called Foxfire, which got incredible reviews at the Amundsen Theater, which will be here until January 11th. Will you please help me welcome Mr. Hume, Cronin, and Jessica Tandy. Well, I feel I know both of you. You know, it's so good to see the two. Oh, but I know you from theater and movies, and 6 or 8 Tonys between the two of you, Jessica. And no, nominations.
I've had 3 Tonys and 1 extra nomination. That's 4. How many of you have?
I've had 5 nominations. I always believe in keeping one ahead.
Oh. So, now, what happens? You've never won one, though.
Yes, one.
You did one. So she's won 2 and you've won 1.
Yes.
I won 3.
That puts me in my place.
He won 3.
I'm older.
Yeah, oh, sure. So what happens when a little jealousy ever creep in there?
I don't think so.
As a matter of fact, he's darling if I get it. He's very pleased for me, and vice versa. And that's what's held us together. That's the glue that held us together.
Yeah, you're working together now, right?
Yes.
Do you enjoy working together, or does it get a little too together sometimes?
Well, after 45 years of working together, if we haven't discovered it already, I mean, we're in bad trouble.
Do you ever say we have to get away?
Yes, sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. We might need a little space. And we do plays separately sometimes,
Yes.
which is nice.
I know my husband and I, when we're on the road together, my husband usually has his own business, just meets me weekends, which is perfect because you have a lot to talk about. But sometimes we'll be like 3-4 months together in a hotel. And at that point,
tough. That is tough.
I say time to get 2 separate rooms.
We know about that.
Yes.
Sure, yes.
Which is why I only have 1 child. But how many children do you have?
3.
3. And any of them in theater?
Yes, 1. The youngest daughter, Tandy.
1 in films.
Oh, that's nice. And what is it?
Production manager in films and
An actress.
the youngest daughter, an actress.
How did the 2 of you meet?
Backstage. Where else? At the Biltmore Theater in 1940. I went back to see a friend who was in a play by A.J. Cronin, no relation, and he introduced me to the leading lady, and there she is. That was the beginning.
And was it love immediately? Or no? Oh.
That's very nice.
Was it you didn't like each other, or?
Oh, no, but I mean, it took a couple of years before we finally...
Took a couple of years for her to say yes. That's what she...
Did you like her right away? Was it
Yes, I liked her right away.
Isn't that nice?
I'd liked her I'd seen her on the stage first in 1938 in a play called The White Steed, and a couple of years later I met her, and then I pursued her. And then in 1940, she finally allowed us how she'd marry me.
I was tired of running.
You just were together in Cocoon.
Yes.
Yeah, now that must have been very exciting. Don't you think? The whole, it's like a big revival thing. Older people, and I don't mean older in a derogatory way.
That's all right,
Does that upset you? Because you're so young.
No.
Well,
I'm 74.
do you ever look, because like I am now 50, and I don't feel 50, do you know what I'm saying? It was
Well,
up to me.
I don't feel 74.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, do you ever say, I'm 74? You
Yes,
know?
I do.
Yeah.
Almost every morning.
Is it still the same person in there saying, I want to do this and I want to do that?
Yes, it's still the same person. The only thing is I can't do them all.
What do? You exercise. Someone told me you're a big exerciser.
Yes.
And swimming.
Yes.
Did you do your own diving in Cocoon?
Yes.
Were they in shock when you said, I'll do my own stunts?
No, I think they expected it. I was being well paid.
And what about you? What do you do to look so fit and so wonderful?
I don't know. I do a little exercise. I'm not as disciplined as he is, but I try in spurts.
Yeah, I try in spurts. I buy all the machines.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have a walker in my house that I don't get. I get on it, but I just don't walk.
Oh.
But it's a start.
Yeah.
You worked, and the first time I saw you, you worked with Tennessee Williams, and you were Blanche Dubois.
Yes.
Was that incredible?
Yes, that was rather special. It was a wonderful play.
And you were incredible in it.
Well, thank you.
What, if you look back, even though, and Foxfire, by the way, two of you, I saw you in Minneapolis in it. That's how long ago I saw I ran
It's better now.
Oh, I know. It couldn't be better because you were wonderful then.
Yeah, well, we changed it.
What, of all the things you've done so far, do you think was the highlight?
Oh, I've been very lucky. I mean, Streetcar obviously was one. And then I think my time at the Vic with Gielgud and with Olivier was kind of special, too. And Gin Game I thoroughly enjoyed doing. And this I really enjoyed. That's what makes it all fun.
It keeps coming up.
Yeah, so that a long run is not necessarily taxing because it's good material and well worth keeping fresh.
What about you?
I want everybody to notice I've let her talk for 1 minute without interruption.
What about you?
I'll keep the watch for you. Go right ahead.
Thanks,
I'm on
Larry.
your side, though.
What about all the things you've done? Can you pick out any?
Pick out, what do you
One
want
thing-
me to pick out?
Pick out 2 things. Pick out one, the thing you think you were the best in, and 2, someone that you work with that would be crazy or, you know. I know where I'm leading you, but you go first.
I think the best thing I've done in the theater was a play that very few people have seen called The Miser, a Moliere play in which I played a character called Harpagon, and played it here at the Mark Taper Forum, I don't know, 15 years ago. And played it also in Minneapolis, where I first did it at the Guthrie Theater. Perhaps the best film that I've done, or the one that I found most satisfying, was a film I made in 1944-45 with Spencer Tracy called The Seventh Cross, which was Freddie Zinnemann's first big film. And I've made some stinkers, too.
Yeah. So what was the biggest stinker? Just out of curiosity. Did you look
I don't know what the biggest stinker was. I know that the two most difficult, somebody asked me this earlier, what were the two most difficult films I'd ever been in. One was Cleopatra, where I was happily on the payroll for 10.5 months, but that was tough sledding. And the other one was probably Lifeboat, just because it was so uncomfortable.
You were all stuck
in the lifeboat, right? For 12 weeks.
Tallulah Bankhead was in that, wasn't she? What was she like? Was she as wild, Tallulah Bankhead, as they say?
She was a wonderful actress and very disciplined, great to work with, very professional, somewhat uninhibited. And matter of fact,
what do you mean by uninhibited?
Well, in the lifeboat, the lifeboat was on a rocker, a mechanical rocker, about 16 feet off the stage floor. And you had to climb up a ladder to get to it. And Tallulah didn't believe in underwear. and she had a tight skirt, and you had to climb up the ladder. And after 3 or 4 weeks, the crew was, I mean, it was, but we had on the set one day a lady journalist from, I think, the Woman's Home Companion or Red Book or something that was very popular in those days, and she was deeply offended by what she saw. And she felt that Tallulah was letting womankind down. I thought she was doing quite the reverse. Anyway, there was a complaint, and the complaint was taken seriously, and they threatened to close the set. And that is a terrible nuisance, because it means nobody can come on or off. Doesn't matter whether you've got business there, without a pass. So the unit manager was trying to get rid of this, having the set closed, and one way was to get Miss Bankhead to wear more clothing. And I had had lunch on this particular day with Hitchcock, to whom I owe a great debt. He brought me out here first. I did my first 2 acting jobs for him, and then 2 writing jobs for him. But we came back from lunch that day, and he was met by this darling, big unit manager, a man named Ben Sylvie. And Ben just told him what the problem was, and said, "So, Mr. Hitchcock, would you like to talk to her?" This is something that Hitch was not going to become involved in. She said, "Ben, I don't believe in getting involved in departmental disputes. It's very difficult to tell where responsibility lies here. You see, it could be a matter for wardrobe, or makeup, or even hairdressing."
We'll be right back.
You'd never guessed that I woke up with a stuffy nose, because now I'm fortified with the breathing relief of 4-way long-acting nasal spray. And I'm going to keep breathing freer all day. Because 4-Way's fortified to give up to 12 hours of all-day or all-night breathing relief from cold, sinus, or allergy congestion.
Fortify yourself with 4-way long-acting nasal spray from Bristol-Myers.
He's fortified.
1, 2.
Hey, body of steel.
And a mind to match.
Since when?
Well, try me.
Okay. What's the name of your favorite cereal?
Well, there's fruit. Screw down to
Post Fruit and Fiber. Tastes so good you forget the fiber. Now 20% more fiber with tender dates, plump raisins, and crunchy walnuts. So all you remember is
fruit. And it's delicious.
Guess I'll settle for the body of steel.
Post Fruit and Fiber cereal. Tastes so good you forget the fiber.
It's more than great performance, reliability, resale value to sell us a car, truck, or van.
We want a great deal, too.
Toyota's first 86 sales event is winding down. Hurry and make your deal from the first big selection of 1986 Toyota Performance, Family, and Economy cars. Vans, too. Need a truck? How about the #1 small trucks in America? Whatever moves you, your Toyota dealer has it and wants to talk deals now.
Who could ask for anything more?
Pizza Hut presents the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday pizza offer that doesn't even require a pizza coupon. So please don't cut up your TV set to get this one. That won't work. What will work is simply coming to Pizza Hut on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for this month's TV coupon, non-coupon pizza offer. This month, get a free large pitcher of soft drinks with the purchase of any large or medium Priazzo Italian pie. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this month at participating Pizza Hut restaurants.
Is another Tony Award winner. He's also an incredible director. He is starting, I think, tomorrow to fly into Broadway to direct Lulu. Will you please help me welcome Mr. Charles Nelson Riley? How nice to see you.
Thank you.
We haven't seen each other since the awards
about a
dinner.
week ago, yes.
Yes. And we were at an awards dinner together.
She won got a humanitarian award.
Yeah, well, by default.
Justly, no.
And you got on stage. He was giving me the award.
I was telling a story. But
You
the story
tell the
was, I was in the first gay parade on Santa Monica Boulevard, right? And they send all entertainers these things to please help gay rights. Right. Okay? So they sent me this thing that's going to be an entertainer's float for gay rights. Right. So I thought, it's only 2 parades. I was in the Macy's Day Parade years ago, and this was my second parade. So I got ready, got all dressed, washed, and they give you a map to find your float.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's probably Vermont and 3rd.
Right.
And you're going past all the floats. You look, there's our float. Now there's about 18, 20 entertainers for gay rights. So we all help each other. We get on the float, and the sign didn't say entertainers for gay rights.
It said
gay entertainers for human rights. And what happened was, suddenly I was all alone on the float. The Titanic. Well, I was on the top. The Titanic emptied slower. Everyone jumped off, so I thought, I can't let a pink float go down Santa Monica all by itself. Besides, I washed and I have a new outfit. So I waved a lot. And then I got by the newsreel cameras, by the Pancake House. There's a lot of news cameras covering this event. I thought it was a free ride on a Sunday afternoon. I got in all this trouble. So then I went by and I was waving, and it looked strange on a pink float, waving. And then they all looked at me with the cameras, and they went, oh, get off. I thought they don't even care about when I'm alone on the float. So if you wanted to come out of a closet, you couldn't anyway on a pink float on Santa Monica Boulevard. Other than that, it was an unevent. They get worse instead of better, the orphans. You know, other than that, it was uneventful.
See, now,
I love them. They're my close friends. I love them. They're our best actors.
Yeah, nobody thinks
go
of
ahead.
you seriously as an actor.
I'm very serious.
I'm sitting here, and there's Hume, Cronin, and Jessica Tandy, and, well, Larry's an entertainer like
the
I.
last play I did, I was going to tell, because Christopher's on the show tonight, I was going to tell some of the parts I played that were rugged and
but I was
macho.
gonna say-
Like your part in The Killers. You might have been small, but you beat up Burt Lancaster. So these are the kind of parts I want. But
You
anyway,
can do that.
Brute force. Brute force. Yes. Well, I don't go that much. And
Haven't you been macho in your time?
haven't I been what?
Macho.
Yes, I played a lot of macho parts. The first one was Columbus in 4B. Miss Benedetti gave me the lead as Columbus. In 4B, and I did a terrible thing. She said I was the best actor in the class. But what was wrong was I wet myself before the show. Now, that's okay, because my acting was fine. But the main thing was, may I suggest to any young actors who are interested in macho parts, do not wet a crepe paper costume. That's the trouble. Now, that was that. Now, do I have a time to end my thing? I have a minute?
Yes.
The pressure. All right, I'll skip the other macho parts and get to the last macho part I played with Miss Hagen at the Belasco. I played the captain of the horses. I was captain of the horses in this play about Josiah von Stein. And I had a leather thing, a leather outfit. I had a leather costume. And I had everything was terrific. And I was the master of the horses in Weimar, Germany in the middle 1800s. And they knew it. I was fabulous. Now, I was 51 then. I had never, ever worn spurs before. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And when you sit like this on the stage, I found out that the Spurs can get together at court. So I had to cross the stage, and I got up and I went like this. And I was right back on the float again.
We'll be right back at the
At Seiko, great technology inspires great design. Steel rods and gleaming hinges for a supple bracelet watch. Gold tone on gray tone for the definitive strap watch. A second hand on her elegant dress watch. Water resistant too, very today. One diamond and a rich two-tone setting, very tonight. Man invented time. Seiko perfected it.
Kleenex Soft Teague presents nose-to-nose competition. As noses everywhere run to find out which is softer, Kleenex Soft Teague or ordinary tissues. First, ordinary tissues. Now, Soft Teague tissues. With special softness fibers fluffed up for the softest touch ever from a Kleenex tissue. Well, there you have it. It's Soft Teague for softness that's right on the nose.
Main coats during the Gates Big 3 free Christmas clearance sale.
Gates Chevy World, Town and Country, Gates Chevrolet, Gates Toyota. Over 2,000 cars and trucks ready to sell at clearance prices.
Buy any new or used vehicle and choose a beautiful mink jacket from one of Indiana's leading furriers for only $2.99.
Plus, absolutely free, a beautiful monogram sweater, free with every sale.
The Gates Big 3 does it again.
Mink coats, free sweaters, clearance prices.
Gates Chevy World,
Town and Country, Gates Chevrolet,
Gates Toyota.
What a sale.
The Gates Big 3 does it again.
Squeeze. All you've got to do is squeeze. Crackle mayonnaise is creamy, so creamy, and now it comes out oh so easy.
Squeeze. Crackle mayonnaise and cheese in your eggs or BLTs. Kraft so creamy, all you've got to do is squeeze.
Now, Kraft Real Mayonnaise is the only mayonnaise in a handy, easy-to-use squeeze bottle.
Squeeze. Kraft's the only one you squeeze. It's so creamy on a hoagie bologna.
And don't forget the macaroni. Kraft Real Mayonnaise to squeeze it on anything you please. Kraft so creamy, all you've got to do is squeeze.
What a fabulous first evening. Thank you all so much. Christopher Reeve, you're on Broadway in The Marriage of Figaro. Larry Gatlin, the Gatlin brothers, till December 15th at the Desert Inn, right? Hume, Cronin, and Jessica Tandy in Foxfire at the Almonson until January 11th. And Charles Nelson Riley, your class graduated from the Burt Reynolds Jupiter School.
This month, the 15th and 16th, a wonderful show we'll do called Property.
Great. And tomorrow night we have, I don't mean to say great, but great, good.
Great.
Peter Falk, Tom Jones, Selma Hopkins, and from Golden Girls, Rue McClanahan will be on tomorrow night. So thank you for watching tonight. Good night. Good luck, Heidi.
Joan Rivers wardrobe furnished by Wayne Marshall.
Next on Late Night with David Letterman, David welcomes John Biner.